Hi, my name is Fred Hoiberg. I'm the head coach of the Chicago Bulls. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all of you for being at this awesome event today. I grew up about 30 miles down the road in Ames, and I feel very fortunate to have been raised in the great state of Iowa. I was also very fortunate to have parents that were in the field of education. My mother was a fifth grade elementary school teacher, and my dad was a professor at Iowa State University for 30 plus years. Early on in my life, they instilled the values in me, and they gave me great inspiration as far as teaching me the importance of a quality education. I always took that to heart, and my priorities were set at an early age. Now, like many of you, I'm sure, sports are a huge part of your lives. When I was growing up, I played baseball, I played football, I ran track, and I played basketball. But there was a rule in my house that I could not play sports until I had my homework done. That taught me education first, and that has always stuck with me, and I try to instill those same values in my kids. Now, I was very fortunate growing up in my hometown to play college basketball, where there was so much support that I had growing up. And to play in front of those fans was one of the best things that I ever decided to do as far as where I made my decision to play college basketball. Now, I always had dreams when I was a kid to play sports at the highest level. Now, I knew the chances of me achieving those dreams were not very high, but that didn't stop me from going out there and doing everything I could to put myself in that position. I had 4 great years at Iowa State University. I was very fortunate to be drafted in the second round in the NBA draft by the Indiana Pacers. Now, the biggest thing, and this is a huge lesson that I urge you guys to follow, always take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves. For me, when I went into that training camp in Indiana, there were 6 players that were competing for the last spot in the team, and I was one of those 6. So what I did, as opposed to saying the odds are stacked up against me, is I went in the greatest shape of my life. And I said at that moment that that last spot in the team was mine. And I ended up making that team and played 10 years in the NBA and realized a dream that I had from a very early age. Another thing I want to talk to you about is fighting through adversity. I played 10 years in the NBA, and I was very fortunate. In my 10th year, I had my best season as I led the NBA in three-point shooting at almost 49%. But during that season, I was rejected for a life insurance exam. Our team doctor, after the season was over, sent me to the Mayo Clinic, where I went through a battery of tests, and I found out that I had a life-threatening condition that required open heart surgery. And I had no symptoms. I was in the best shape of my life. I was 32 years old, and I had 4 young children. And this was something that I found myself face to face with, was really hitting that adversity for the first time in my life. Now, I'm sure all of you have hit adversity, and you will continue to hit adversity as you go through life. The important thing is how you handle that adversity, and how you fight that adversity will define who you are. At that point, I made the decision to move on to the next phase of my life, where I spent 4 years as a front office executive with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I was very fortunate to go back to my hometown and be the head coach of the Iowa State Cyclones for 5 great years. And the last 4, I've become the head coach of the Chicago Bulls and coaching at the highest level of my profession. And it really is a dream come true. So if I had not fought through that adversity and had I not been prepared, I'm not sure what would have happened to me after I hit that wall. So for you, the important thing is to understand at a young age to set your dreams high, to value your education, and to be able to fight through adversity. I wish all of you guys a great day and have a wonderful school year, and good luck.